All right, for this project, you are going to be going back and watching some other students' work. I said in your lecture that most students don't watch each other's videos. You may watch two, you may watch a friend, but most students don't watch a bunch. I get it, people are busy, and sometimes you don't want to go read somebody else's paper that they turned in on a project that you turned in a paper on also. It's healthy though, it's very healthy. So for this project, I want you to find another student and let us know who it is. Who is it? Watch their video and let's do an assessment, a critique. I'm going to ask you some questions about that, but you can learn a lot by watching other people do the same project that you just did. So I want you to go and critique another student. Sometimes students get about that. I'm going to walk you through how you don't have to go, they're going to read what I say about them. Yeah, and that's super, super helpful and healthy. Cross-pollination. We talked in another lecture about the steak and potato dinner. Your actual steak and potato can be really good, the right cut of meat, or if you're a chicken person or a fish person or a vegetarian, whatever. Whatever you like, it's all fanciful up, bacon bits, sour cream, butter on the side, fresh bread, all the good stuff that you might like. I'm a country cooking guy. Soup, beans, and cornbread. I love soup, beans, and cornbread with a little chow chow and some onions. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And the actual meal could be perfect. But what if it's served in the bowl that it's in, that bowl is chipped or dirty, or there's a hair in it, or it's a paper styrofoam. When you try to pick it up, the styrofoam bends like at the church chicken dinner. It's just that cheap styrofoam from the Dollar General. The food could be fantastic, but the medium that it's brought to your table is crappy. Or what if the ambiance is awful, or there's a bad odor in the room, or there's a crying kid or a yapping dog? You know where I'm going with this? Your work is the steak dinner. Your work is the soup, beans, and cornbread. You may work hard. You may have a great presentation. You might be interesting and funny. You might be engaging. But if you roll in there with a yapping dog or a paper plate or a horrible background, or, well, this is it. This is not aimed at any one of you. This is a lot of folks in this class. You've got that phone all the way down here, and now we're staring up at your nose for 6 minutes. A lot of students do that because it's just easy to sit things down at waist level or on a table or a desk. It's the easy way. It's hard to get a camera up to eye level. But start watching. When you're watching TV or YouTube or whatever you watch where people have their cameras. And you can mimic that. So there's a lot of things you can do to get the steak dinner ready, to get your presentation ready. A lot of y'all do really well at that. But I think this class needs to really work. If there's any one thing, if I lump all y'all together, that we need to work on, it's the presentation. The plate that it comes in on, or the bowl, the silverware, having the ambiance nice, having a nice table set up, maybe some music on. All that's restaurant talk. But for this project, your medium is your paper plate, or your hopefully a nice dinner plate. Your audio video, your camera angle, here. What you choose to wear, the ambiance that's around you. Some of you all had some work to do, I think, with the noise and the racket in the background. We get ear blind to ourselves. We do. We get ear blind to ourselves. So I want us to go back and look at other students' stuff. You may see some of those things I was just talking about. And I want you to critique them and assess it. Question number 1 is about the audio, the video. So find a person, tell us who it is, and then for question 1, 2 things. Tell us something that you like that they did. Hey, I really like this, I really like that. A couple of y'all filmed outside. I like that. Sometimes the birds and stuff, or the ambiance is loud, especially if you're near a road. Last semester I had a guy that filmed right against a road, and it was too loud. But usually outside's kind of neat, can be neat. Cars are okay. There's a lot of good in the AV that happened in this class last week. And then the second part of number 1 is the word, and here's where it's not cringe. You're not saying, hey, fix this, dummy. Not at all. Consider. Use the word consider. Hey, I found, this is last semester, hey, I found that road noise to be a little bit distracting. Maybe consider not filming so close to the road. Maybe. I don't know if it was this class or another class, but there was a student that kept sticking their fingers in their ears. Not a big deal. We all have ears and we all have fingers. Most of us do. And not the end of the world. But hey, I was a little distracted when you were touching your ears and sticking your fingers in your ears. Consider not doing that. Something to consider for their audio, video, sound, setup, person, all of this stuff. So question number 1 has 2 parts. Question number 2 also has 2 parts. Let's talk about their verbal, their words. What did you like about their words? And what is something for them to consider? So 2 parts for number 2. 1, A and B. 2, A and B. What's something for them to consider with their words? 3, any guesses? Should be easy. Yeah, good job. It's like a Dora the Explorer episode. Good job. Nonverbal. Question 3 is nonverbal. What did you like about their nonverbal? Some of y'all had some great hand stuff. Like you really did. It was natural. It was appropriate. It wasn't too much. And there's some students that are still growing in their use of nonverbals. I think for me, I want to encourage you all to have an A and a B. What did you like about their nonverbals? And what's something for them to consider next time? There's a lot that goes on in a presentation. Audio, video, verbal. I'm trying to follow my notes. There's things that I need to do. And I've got one more big one that I can't forget to say by the end. It's all happening at once. It's all happening at once. I think for me, with nonverbals, I think a lot of students might want to, this is not aimed at any one person, there's a lot of y'all, work to engage, it's maybe a little bit audio video also, but engage the audience. The audience is in the lens. About half the class looked over at the screen, and it was an entire presentation. And I get it, like we're used to looking at ourselves in mirrors, and we look at ourselves and we like seeing ourselves, and there I am. But there you are. You're here. So there's 3 questions for you. Each of those have 2 parts. But find somebody, let us know who it is, critique them, and then discuss with 5 other students. And you can go in and see what other folks are saying about other students. It'll be fun because when you're in this discussion, you can jump over and see what student 2 said about student 3. You're student 1. Now you've got 3 people talking about the same presentation. So this should be some, if you'll jump in and do this, some good cross-pollination. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.